Hello everyone, my name's Shane Whalley and welcome to my YouTube page. Welcome back to those who have come back. As you can see, we're making some apple pie today and it's going to be so delicious. I can't wait to show you. Hello everyone, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. I hope that you're having yourself a wonderful time during these days. And this means we are on our day 4 of our pastry journey. So today we're making our crisp apple blizzard pie. And all you have to do for this one is use that extra bit of pastry that we made in the previous video and cut out some apples and spices. Other than that, it's pretty simple for today. If you haven't made the pastry yet and you're new to this video, there will be a segment of this video that's describing how to make the pastry. And without further ado, let's get started. Ready? Pens, pencils, everything good to go? Pause if you need. We'll go. So, 1 pound of Tenderflake lard, or substitution if you require that of any form of dietary. 5 cups of flour. I'm using all-purpose flour for this one.
Unbleached.
Unbleached?
Mm-hmm. Unbleached.
Unbleached.
Yes.
And then we're using 1 tablespoon of sugar. And then this is going to be a little bit tricky, but it will make sense when I demonstrate it by hand. But 1 egg in a cup with 2 tablespoons of vinegar, and then in that measuring cup, measure it up to 1 cup leveled with water. And that's what you need. That's a little tricky part. But if you get that, you just need 1. So with the egg and the vinegar in here, all you need to do is fill it up to the 1 cup line. And then it'll be exactly what you need with the egg and the 2 tablespoons of vinegar. And that will be your pastry for all 3 items that we're making. The pie, the sausage rolls, and the butter tarts. Let's move on to the filling. I have some diced up Gala apples. You can use whatever ones you like. And I also have some flour ready to go so I can dust my counter. I have 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. I have some powdered sugar and some cinnamon that I use to taste. So I have the sifter just to drift it all in. And don't forget your handy dandy rolling pin. Starting off, we're going to dust the counter lightly with flour so that the pastry doesn't stick. Next, we're going to take our dough and just cut it slightly under half so that the smaller side will be used for our top of the pie and the larger piece used for the bottom of our pie. Time to start rolling out your pastry. For our goal, you do not want it to be too thin or too thick, but just enough that it doesn't break. And flour when needed in case it gets sticky. Take one of your scrapers and lift up your pastry if it ends up getting too big or as it starts sticking to the counter. Flip it over just so you can flour the other side and get back to rolling. This is what I'll be baking my pie in, 9 inches by 2 inches. We're gonna lightly lift the pastry just so that we can place it over the pie. Now when you're putting it down, you're gonna lift each side up and just make sure that each edge of the pastry is touching the edge of the glass pie plate. You do not want to have any spaces between the wall or the pastry. At this point, you're going to take a sharp knife and just slowly cut off any extra pieces with the blade angled out, just so that you don't accidentally cut too far in on the pie plate. It's time to make the filling. First, we're going to add our brown sugar to the bowl, followed by our cornstarch. Then we add our cinnamon. For me, I'm doing 1.5 tablespoons. And for those of you who made it this far, a splash of vanilla. And now, just mix it up. Now this is where you want to be careful. When you're placing your apples in, you want to make sure that as many of your apple pieces are touching the edge of the pie and across the base. Try and fill in any gaps as much as you can, and then just layer them on top. And that's what it should look like. Now this part is totally optional. I like to take roughly about 30 grams of butter and just cut it in half and place them on each side of the pie. Doing so just allows the taste and the pastry to bake so much nicer together. So I've already gone out and rolled the top of our pie. I made it thinner than the base of our pie. Now I'm going to teach you a quick trick. With a floured rolling pin, roll your pastry on it. It may break a little bit in the corner, as you just saw, but here you're just going to roll it gently, trying not to press it together. And as you do, you're going to lift it up and you're going to carry it softly and gently just over the pie and then roll it right back out. This saves your pie pastry from getting any potential rips or tears in the center. Now if you're feeling brave enough, feel free to decorate the center of your pie however you wish. I'm doing 3 little leaves. Now it's time to mix a little bit of egg and milk for a wash. You're going to brush this across the top of the pie pastry, just around everywhere. If it pools in any spot, just take a paper towel and dab out the little pools. Otherwise, they may burn. And just pop that into the oven at 375 until it's nice and golden. I took about 1 cup of heavy whipping cream and then a half a cup of sugar and a teaspoon of vanilla so I can make some fresh whipped cream ready to go. All you need to do is make sure you have a nice little blender so you can get it nice and aerated so that it can rise up. And there you have it, nice and creamy! Our pie is done! We let it rest just to cool down a little bit, and now I'm taking a nice slice out of it so that Mom will be able to taste it for me. Look how flaky that crust is and that ooey gooey center of cinnamon sugar. And now with our freshly whipped cream, a good dollop on top. So we have our pie ready to go. Mom's gonna taste it. It looks all gooey and delicious. I hope you like it.
I'm looking forward to it. And it came out in one piece. Even the bottom came out too. All right. Ooh. Oh dear. It's steaming hot. Mm. Oh, hot. Mm. Mm.
Yeah?
Well done.
Thank you.
Ooh, hot.
We're good?
Mm.
I just thought you when you flicked the sides, it was all just like crispy.
Yeah, look at that. Oh, I had it too low. You couldn't see.
That's okay.
Look at.
You see all the crispy on the side.
And look at this. You know what's neat? Look at the bottom. Oh, where'd the pie go?
The lumps.
The bottoms are lovely too. You know, my favorite part of pastry is the edge.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's doing the same thing that the butter tart pastry did. Got lovely and crunchy all in the pastry, and it was so good.
So that's day 4 of our crisp blizzard apple pie. But thank you so much for coming along in today. I hope you had a wonderful time learning how to make these recipes, and just for being here, thank you. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that little bell just so you know when each future video comes out from mine. And please don't forget to comment. Tell me what you thought about this. If you have any ideas, tips, tricks, things I should have done differently, I would love to learn. I'm always happy to learn. But that is what I call for a perfect day, and I hope you have yourself a very Merry Christmas, a happy holiday, and when it comes to it, a Happy New Year. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye!